On the Profile Interview segments this week, I'll be speaking with the Deputy President of the Nigerian Labour Congress, who also doubles up as the ITF Vice President. He tells me it is expedient for the state government and employers of labour to collaborate federal government's efforts towards providing more CNG buses to ensure cheaper transportation for all. It's good to have you on the program.
Thank you for having me, and Happy New Year.
It's been a while, actually.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yes, it's been a long time, and a lot has been happening in the world of work. And one of it is the presentation of CNG buses by the Nigerian Labour Congress to several workers across the state. Can you bring us up to speed on what has been the experience like? Would you say that, can you conveniently say that every worker across the 36 states have been able to receive the CNG buses, and how have they been faring?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank you for coming, and I say a beautiful Happy New Year again. The Labour movement will continue to appreciate the Mr. President of this great country, and it was Adewale Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president, for initiating the idea of giving us CNG buses to cushion the effect of what all the workers are passing through. And there's no how you are going to use close to 90 buses to serve almost 36 states of the federations. It's not about him, it's about our state governor too. They have a role to play on this project. Let them complement more or providing more buses so that it's going to work well and serve the purpose of giving it out to NLC. I was in Ibadan with my Congress president, and I heard what the deputy governor was saying about these buses, because 10 of it were all launched in Ibadan. And we look at the territorial states that all these buses should be given. And how do you serve Southwest with 10 buses? And the question in the mind of all the workers is that, how is it going to work? You have Ogun State, you have Ondo State, you have Osun State, you have Oyo State, you have Ekiti State, and you give us only 10 for Southwest alone. So what is the complementary effort of the state governor and the employers too in those states? They need to complement what Mr. President are giving to Nigeria Labour Congress. If doing that is going to resolve the issue of, to cushion the effect of transportation, it will not solve the problem alone. It's not about giving us buses. But to me, I look at durability and stability of those buses. How it's going to manage, because we don't know. There are some states that doesn't have these gases or whatever where they can, but we are told it's both the gas and the other one. So I think it's better for us, but we are talking about stability of those buses and the durability.
And for it to be durable, you need more than 10 on the road.
On the road, because the two cannot serve a whole state. Coupled with all the secretarial staff, the civil servants, and in some states, we have an affiliate of close to 6 or 10 in one particular state. How are they going to manage one bus in Ondo State, in Ekiti State, in Oyo State? And Oyo State is one of the largest states in the whole of Africa, talk less of Southwest. So if it's going to Oyo Township, where I came from, if it's going to Kishi, where the deputy governor was said he came from, going to Saki, Okeho, Laura, with one bus, that bus will die. It's going to die.
So how does this CNG bus work? Is it that workers are supposed to pay a subsidized amount of money, or it is free?
Well, the way it is now, I think the NLC is trying to manage it by way of giving it to somebody to manage it on behalf of Nigerian Labour Congress and the workers itself. So whether it's going to be subsidized or whatever, I don't want to preempt the decision of the NLC and our president. But to me, I would have loved the states to contribute their own quotas by way of adding more buses to all those ones they are giving to all the states. Because 90 buses or 100 buses cannot serve the purpose of, okay, fine, I'm giving you 90 buses. What happened to the other governors? Let them add their own, because I think that one will help all of us to enjoy the dividend of what Mr. President have given to the labor movement.
Going back to your previous statement that you would want the state government and other employers of labor to come into the big picture of collaborating with the federal government towards ensuring that we have more CNG buses. Do you think there should be a timeline so that there should be a timeline to achieve this, so that the purpose of this palliative would not be defeated?
Well, I think Mr. President did well by way of giving us this bus to cushion the fate of this palliative incentive that the union asked for. But we expected some of the state governors to complement this gesture by way of adding more value to what the Mr. President have given to the workers. It's a palliative.
Should there be a timeline?
Well,
like maybe in 6 months?
Maybe
so that
we'll be asking them.
Experience in the
There's
transportation sector.
The experience is very...
And it's not the first time that government will be giving out...
palliative.
Yes, in terms of giving buses and,
Yes.
you know, the wear and tear of these buses. So is there a timeline that you think these buses should be rolled out to ensure that the effect of the removal of fuel subsidy is not felt by workers and maybe other citizens?
Even the first subsidy you're talking about now, where is the effect? Because some state governors are not even ready to contribute their quotas. We are talking of minimum wages now. How many states have paid? How many states are yet to pay? How many states are saying we are going to pay? We don't even know what some of them are paying. We are just seeing it on the pages of newspapers that yes, Ekiti State or your state, they are going to pay 80,000. And it's on pages of newspaper. By the time you move in closer to them, you find out that they are not even yet implementing that payment that they have told the whole world that they are going to pay. So the timeline should be around 5 or 6 months. But it's okay, let's complement the effort of Mr. President of this country. But it's okay, fine. We had our own value. We had our own commitment. It's a commitment. If you have the love of the workers in your head, you don't need to wait for Mr. President of this country, because it's not coming down from the federal to come and rule you in the states. You are the one connecting with the workers, with the citizen at the state level. Why don't you add more? Because President have given his own word. What happened to the states? Some states are not even ready to even compliment on this palliative that we are talking about, while some states are doing better.
Aside being the president of Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, you also doubled up as the deputy president of the Nigerian Labour Congress. And NURTW also falls under the Nigerian Labour Congress. Would you say that they've been able to manage these, or let me just rephrase the question. Would you say that the transportation union were carried along while this project was rolled out?
Well, I think I have the confidence in the leadership of NURTW and NATO, because those are the beneficiaries of this gesture coming from Mr. President, that they will be able to manage it properly. And why the Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria were not involved was as a result of where we are coming from. Ours is on the sea. But that does not mean that this will rule out Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria not to be part of it. Because I raised the question, why have they not involved Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria? And they were told that we are an affiliate of Nigeria Labour Congress, and the government has given NLC. So it is not left for NLC to know who and who are to be given part of this gesture. So, but we are not bothered. We are okay that the NLC have taken a very good decision on this matter, that we should manage it, and they has given it out to all the states. But we are asking for more. We are just an Oliver Twist. We are asking for more, that the government should add more. It's a palliative to cushion the effect of fuel subsidy or whatever that is causing problem in the country today. So I think Mr. President can do more better by way of adding more. Then there are some states who want to complement this gesture. So NURTW, NATO, and wherever, they are equal to the tax. They can manage it. But how they want to run it, I don't want to get myself involved, and I don't know how they are going to run it, because I have confidence in their leaders and leadership, because Alhaji Yasin, the former president of NURTW, was a member of ITF, executive board member of ITF, and the incoming president, their president for now, Alhaji Musli Akisoya, MC, I think they have the experience. They are transporters, and they know how to manage transportation business. So I do not think government made mistake of giving it to them to manage. So they are equal to the tax.
Okay. You're also the vice president of ITF. So it means that your experience as working in the transportation sector also counts and cuts across. From research, we are aware that air transportation workers are very much more active, and they are using their skills optimally. So railway might be a little bit obsolete, but we still have activities ongoing there, vis-a-vis on the road. However, there is this notion that government has not been able to optimize activities on the sea. And we have, in Africa, we have some mega cities, and as a leader in that sector, what will be your recommendation towards ensuring that transportation workers are able to contribute to the development of Africa economically?
Well, I think maritime sector, we have this slogan, on land and sea we serve. Yes, the area I think our government need to concentrate more is on the sea. The transportation business on the water is not well spread within the maritime sector. I can only talk about Lagos State, Lawan, they call them Lawan. They'll be very consistent, where His Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, launched about almost 10 or 15 boats to ferry the old workers, the old Lagos State cities that are working within the corridor of maritime sector. So when you're giving us vehicles to manage, they're like CNG buses that is going on now, why don't you equally allow the ferry to ferry the workers from Maitu, from other rural states to their working place? I think it's going to be an advantage to what Mr. President of this country have done. It's not concentrated more on the land, while on the sea. What about the sea? The sea too contributed 70 to 100% of our growth economy, the revenue that the government are getting today. And the workers too need that gesture. Those working marine need that gesture. That if some states are buying ferry to ferry their workers, what happened to the federal too? We have federal inland waterways. This will be empowered, this will be encouraged, that kind of gesture should be equally extended to the management of inland waterways, because they are doing a nice job. The new MD of NIWA is doing a very marvelous job. But the government should complement its efforts by way of even having more ferry, so that the union, Maritime Workers Union of Nigeria, and other union people that are working in the sea can benefit from this gesture.
Okay. You spoke specifically to the palliative aspect, but so also with your experience as a leader and talking as an authority in ITF, what would be your recommendation, not to just Nigerian government, but to Africa generally, towards optimizing the sea? What more can what more is there for government to benefit? What more is there in terms of creation of jobs for workers? I know that there are many workers that are ready to work, but there are no job opportunities. So what would be your take on this?
Well, I think we have the current Minister of Blue Economy, who have tried all his best to make sure that the workers in blue economy were all being encouraged. And it's a new ministry, I know why in a new bottle. And what that ministry stands for is to create more employment for Nigeria, to create more revenue drive, mostly on fishing, trawling business and all the rest of it. And since he came in on board, I just won't try to be digress a little. Since he came in on board, I think he has been finding it very easy for him to make sure that that aspect you ask him in, at least under his command, good things are coming out from there. And that is where we are been very, very supportive to his administration because of it's a new ministry. So I think we can tap from there. And ITF, being an organization recognized all over the world, have been so supportive. We have inland navigation, we have inland waterways that fall under ITF. Even the seafarer, they fall under ITF. On this transport business, transportation business, that is the purpose of ITF. And they are ready to support any other African countries so that we can borrow from their experience. Like Morocco here, they are having a fishing business that Nigeria can tap from. And from there we get more revenue drive in this aspect you are asking me to comment on. So it depends on the way somebody manage that department. And I think we gave kudos to him. We have been seeing a lot of enlightenment, organizing a forum for all the stakeholders to key into this project of blue economy. So I think the union can benefit and the other people can equally benefit from it.
Okay, so finally, I would like to ask you about safety of workers, be it on land, sea, and in the air. What will be your recommendations to employers of labor towards ensuring safety of workers, especially in the transportation sector? And what should be the matching order for workers themselves? And what is the union also doing to ensure that the workplace is safe?
Well, thank you. I appreciate the way it is now. Safety. Safety is paramount. Without safety, we can't be where we are today. And in my sector, we'll be having a lot of challenges about incessant accidents. And just of recent, we lost a docker as a result of negligence. And we cry out to let the whole world know what is going on about safety. Some employers of labor doesn't take cognizance of the workers. A place where you have close to 100 workers on board the vessel, and you are able to have one supervisor on board and ashore. How do you expect the supervisor to manage close to 200 workers? And a place where you're supposed to have 10 workers, nobody supervises them, no safety procedures. And in a place, you see a worker with rubber slippers. Where is the safety boot? Where is the helmet? Where is the coverall? And where is the nose cover? Those are the areas we'll be talking about for the past how many years, be telling the whole stakeholders that they should be safety conscious for our members, for themselves, even the employers who are not safe. If you don't treat the workers under you properly, how will you as an employer be? So the incessant accident that is going on in the port now is uncalled for. So therefore we have called on the regulator, that's NIMASA, to wake up and make sure that any herring terminal operators or stevedoring contractor, they should sanction them in line with the agreement they signed with the federal government. Because if you go to some terminal now, it's as bad as that in terms of safety, and we cannot afford to lose our members as a result of negligence coming from some of this management. So I believe the Nigerian Port Authority, who happen to be the master stevedore, who gave them part of their obligations, to try and caution most of this negligence that is taking place in the port. So workers, we had an accident. Early you pay them their workmen compensations. The law is very clear. You must register your workers with ITF, NSITF, so that they'll be able to work out their workmen compensations. I remember an accident that involved one dock worker 2 years ago, where his leg was amputated. Up to now, they have not paid him his right, talk less of working out his compensations. So those are the areas I think we have challenges with these employers of labor. And we believe the government will come in soon to make sure that they correct the wrongs that is taking place. Because the union will not fold its arm and allow employers to be treating the workers that are making it to happen for them. Because without the workers, there's no way you're going to call yourself an employer. It's vice versa. You have given me a job, and I'm doing it on your behalf. Where is the safety procedure? If all those ones are not there, that means you are not an employer of labor. So I believe with what you just said now, they are hearing what I'm saying, because we have already issued an ultimatum as a result of that ugly accident that happened to a dock worker on the eve of 25th of last year, where the accident happened and the guy died instantly as a result of negligence. So that's where we find ourselves now.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having me again.
And that's all we can take on today's edition of the program. Join us next week for a fresh edition of the show. I am Sharon Ijason. Thanks for watching, and remember that labor creates wealth.